today I'm gonna be showing you a real soldier's weapon of choice, at least back in whatever year this came out, the Nerf recon. I'll be comparing this to its successor, the Retaliator, and also I have to show off the flip clip because that was a thing back then. Now, starting off with this blaster, I have more magazines in this than it came with. It came with 6-round magazines, which they called clips. This is a magazine, not a clip. But that's basically what we had back then. Unless you paid a bunch of money on the Stampede, you have to use a 6-round magazine. But of course, if you want something with 12 rounds like its successor, you would buy this flip clip where you attach your 2 rounds, and when you're out of ammo, you just flip it around like that and fire again. But what other accessories does this blaster have? Well, at the front, we have the standard barrel attachment that pretty much the Retaliator has. This cool little laser sight, which also works as a tactical light, but in my experience is pretty weak, so unless you're using it in absolute darkness, it's not very useful. Over here, there's supposed to be a little flip-up sight, but mine's broken because it's really weak plastic. And the stock here, I've heard a lot of people saying that this is like a really flimsy or whatever stock. So when I think that, I think of like that one modulus stock that's effectively just this. But in my experience, it's like perfectly fine. Now, I gotta spend forever loading this so I can compare it to other blasters. Alright, so now that we got that covered, let's see what this thing is capable of. Not expecting much because I'm pretty sure it uses a reverse plunger mechanism to fire, but let's at least see. It didn't shoot. Here's a base overview of how we did. We started about here. Here's the dart that didn't fire and just followed the barrel. The own bit. And furthest it shot was about here. Not very much distance. Now let's compare that to its successor, the Retaliator. Alright, so this is the Retaliator Elite. It was effectively the successor of the Recon. As you see, it's got the exact same shell, same front barrel, but it's got different attachments. Doesn't come with a cool sight, doesn't come with like a laser pointer, it just has like a foregrip, so you can't as easily play with your cats with this. In stock, it's a lot more sturdy, but I don't really like the Retaliator's stock as much. Also, if we're entire color schemes, the Recon also wins. Retaliator Elite, as far as I know, only came in white and blue. Recon, it came in probably the Clear series and Sonic series, I'm not exactly sure. It, of course, came in its yellow variant, a Walmart Black Friday exclusive Crimson series, and a Europe series. Now, of course, here we have a 12-round magazine, double the capacity of the 6-round. So let's see how this does with its hopefully superior firing systems. Well, first shot's the exact same as the last one. It ejected a bit of foam out of the side that time. Alright, let's see how that one did. So, starting here again, we have 3 darts that failed to fire. That's a great distance that one shot. And somewhere over here we have a little piece of foam that shaved off of one of the darts. Walking over this way, here's the furthest that the recon shot. And here we have some more darts from the Retaliator. And the furthest it reached was all the way over here by this tree. I don't have a way to measure this, but I'd say that's a lot further than the recon. So in the end, what do I actually think of this thing? It's a pretty cool blaster with all of its different accessories and tactics and all that. But really, it's not very effective in the modern battlefield of pretty much every Nerf blaster. If you wanted to actually use something like this, you should just take off the attachments and just put that on a modern Retaliator, which isn't actually that modern anymore. It's from 2011, the Retaliator came out, which was a pretty long while ago by now. But I would say this isn't exactly the most effective anymore, but it's still pretty cool.